So hello there. Today we are going to do a clear tar gel demonstration. So what I'm starting with is I'm just pasting down some maps onto a board, and I've actually chosen like the areas that have a lot of like blue water indication because I just like that negative space that it gives as well. And I'm just covering my entire board. So the object of this is to drizzle some clear tar gel over this image that we're creating. And this could have also been, a painted application as well. But I just decided that, since a lot of what I talk about is collage, let's start with a collage background. Because now that you have this collage background with all these maps, you could also draw on top of this or tint it back with some glaze. That would be really nice, a nice tinted color. And then paint on top of that. Even collage something else on top of it and just use this as a background. But I'm going to use this to do the tar gel because I want the clear parts of the tar gel to show the map through. But I'm also going to use transparent colors so that we see the map all over, but darker in some areas and lighter where the tar gel is. I hope that makes sense. Maybe it'll make more sense when I'm actually doing it. So let's get started. Cleaning all my edges, I'm now sealing with GAC 200 or GAC 200, whatever you want to call it. I put a little bit too much water on my brush. Do not do as I do. Do as I say. Do not use a wet brush because you don't want to ruin your brush, but I should have knocked off some of that water. Okay, so now here's the clear tar gel. And I am going to be using a palette knife to drizzle this. So what I noticed was I really should have used a spoon because I wanted bigger openings, and what I got was really, really fine. I had to really work hard to get big globs, and I wanted bigger globs. So try using a, plastic spoon when you do this. But if you want those really fine lines like I'm getting in some cases, then definitely use the palette knife because it's pulling down to a point. So now you could see this is it dry. It dries nice and glossy, and you can see it's completely clear. So I've selected some colors for their transparencies, and I started with the yellow. But the yellow turned out to not be a great color because you'll see when I go with some of the darker colors, it sort of pulls around the edges and gives you this nice defined edge. And I did have to do a couple of layers to get that effect. You'll notice it more on the blue right there. And I tried a little alcohol to really clean off where the tar gel is because I wanted really that transparency. So this is a magenta, primary magenta, and it really shows you that defined edge that I was talking about. And then Azo Gold also does a great job of that. But of course, Phtalo blue, it does the best, so you'll see I use that again later. Or I think I used Phtalo green blue shade. And I mix it with a little bit of glazing liquid. So this was kind of like my first layer. And I really felt that it needed more, so I just kept layering. This is the Phtalo green. And the darker the shades, but see how transparent it is, the more it's going to like pool in those areas and really give it a defined shape. So think about what colors you think might be best for this. So definitely, for me anyway, the magenta and the Phtalo worked the best. Probably because of their, darker shade. And the yellows are kind of challenging. So this is like my second layer because I really want to define those edges. Okay, so now I'm going to keep trying to define those edges by adding some darker areas and layering. So as you can see, this could be a great addition to any mixed media artwork. It doesn't have to be the entire piece, but maybe a section could have this technique. This isn't meant to be like a fantastic work of art here. This is me practicing and seeing what works best. So I suggest you do that. You could do it on, with 2 different colors of paint. You don't have to do a collage on the board or anything, and this could be on canvas. But I would suggest you try it and just play with it a little bit. See what works best for you, and then try to think of how you can use this in a future piece of artwork. So I'm much happier now that I'm getting some of these darker shades in, and it's really pooling around the tar gel. Okay, so let's look at this a little closer. See how you can get some really nice effects. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this tiny tip about clear tar gel. This is one of those mediums that a lot of people don't know about, or they don't know what it does. They think it's just used for Jackson Pollock paintings. But as you can see, you could get some very interesting effects with this medium. So I hope you give it a try. And don't forget, create, inspire, and share, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.